Alright guys, welcome back to my Kaiju 8 video. So when you have done your grinding, you're done with your stamina, you're done with your dailies, but you still want to play the game, there's one thing you can do, and that is the expedition. So literally right behind me, you can kind of see it right there. You are able to go in and play a bit, basically a mini game mode, which the best way to describe it is like a tower defense, but very, very basic, cookie clicker, and also a roguelike game basically, where if you've played roguelike games, you know that what's important in those games is you just keep playing. You keep failing and you keep going back and back and back until you get bigger and better rewards. And that's essentially what this game is all about. Not essentially trying to go as far as you can. That's like the end goal a little bit. But the main thing is going in and just playing the game mode. So the reason for playing is for the expedition shop, which isn't that crazy. You get 1k per week and you're able to get that 1k relatively easy. I think I did it within the first few tutorial games. And the stuff that you can buy is some stamina jelly, which is quite nice. But it is obviously a reset once per month, and also some guaranteed game tickets basically, which is nice for when you're starting the game. But then after the first week, because you've spent all your currency, the only thing you can buy is Unipart gear, which is not the worst thing, because this is a way of getting Uniparts without actually playing the game, the mission to give you the Uniparts, so you can then save some of your stamina. I do wish there was more options in the shop, because to be fair, it's not really giving a reason for people to grind the game mode other than to say, hey, I want to try and get far in this game and to maximize and just have fun, because it is essentially a game within a game, right? But let's jump in and talk about the game mode and go over some of the basics that you may not actually know unless you put a few hours in towards it. So if you play the game mode, you know that you can level up your characters, and leveling up the characters is only multiplying the actual base stats of what the character actually does. And what I mean by that is when you finish an expedition, you are actually going to level up your characters. So if we go towards our unit overview, you can see we have gotten towards like level 39, 39, 38, and you can see at the bottom my newly acquired characters. Rin, by the way, I just got literally towards level 2, or what was it? I got 2 games ago basically, and she's already level 7. But you can see it doesn't matter like what level the characters are in game. I mean, it does matter when you're playing a little bit, but what matters behind the scenes is the characters are actually leveled up, and the only ways to do that is by playing and failing. So I stayed at the start of the video because I saw a lot of the Japanese people doing this, right? Or the Japanese community, what you were doing is going in towards a game, and the early stages, like around from basically 100 towards 300, is where I'm at right now, is very, very easy. But when you go towards 300 plus, it starts to get really hard, right? And you spend a lot of your time going from 300 towards 300 or 400 basically. And if you're really trying to optimize your runs, it's kind of a bad thing to do because you're wasting time. What you should be doing, I think a lot of people are doing, was going towards 200 kilometers, I believe it is, where you can then retreat. Basically, when you get towards 200 kilometers, you have a button where you can retreat. You can spend like 1k gold, and that is what you want to be doing. You want to be going until you can retreat, and you keep on repeating it. And like I just said, the main reason why is because when you finish a expedition, you are actually going to level up the character, because when I was playing, because I just got Rin, my, like, let's say my actual Ichikawa, for example, was doing like what was it, 50, 80k like per like DPS at level 100, where my Rin was doing like 5k. That's because she's such a low level. So basically, when I get Narumi and I also get Kaiju 8, even though I have the best characters essentially, because they should be the best characters, especially Kaiju 8 because he does have AoE abilities, it doesn't matter to have them because I can't use them. I need to level them up. I need to actually get in, do an expedition with them, even though I only go towards 200 meters, and just keep on grinding to get them up in terms of levels, right? Also, in terms of levels, you also get passive. So you go towards your loot overview, you can see you have to actually find loot. Essentially, the more you play, the more you're going to level up passively. So right now, for example, if you neutralize a Kaiju, you're going to get some rewards by 5%, and you can find that actual passive or that ability 100 times. You can't buy these. They're all about just basically finding it. So that's what I mean by you literally have to like grind the game. There's a lot to grind here. You can find, like, I will eventually, like right now I'm like 62%. Like right now I'm on 62%. I could get towards maybe 100 within like the next like week or two. So I found 100% of my loot, but I definitely won't be able to max all my characters or all my loot out basically, right? And in what you're also trying to find, this is probably the most important thing in the early game, is the automatic research, I believe is what they call it, right? So in the game mode, which I'm sure most of you don't know by now, if you go towards your missions, you're able to click a button, and one of the first one is every 3 seconds you're able to get some currency, and it goes from like 3 seconds, 5 seconds, 10 seconds, 1 minute, 30 seconds, like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 30 minutes, whatever the actual timers actually are. And if you are able to find them and buy them, you're able to actually automate them, so you don't have to actually click the button, which is super, super important. You need to do these and buy these basically straight away, while also buying your other characters characters. And the first 4 should be relatively easy to buy. I believe that 200 per pop, where Rin is a bit more expensive. She's 5k. And then Rumi's 10k. And of course, Kaiju 8 is 30k. But you can see where I kind of stopped. The other one is the automatic equipment acquisition, which is like, I think like 5 minutes, which I don't need to automate, at least for right now. To be fair, the only important ones a little bit, I mean, the others are still important, but the first like 4 or 5 is the most important one. So definitely try and get those and buy those, right? In terms of other stuff, what I was typically doing, I haven't done it for every single one, is just buy in one of them once. You can see we've done it a few times, only just because going from 0% towards 10% is a lot better than 10 to 20 because you're literally getting the buff for the first time. And then you can also spend some diamonds in this game mode. If you're planning to play this game with a little bit, you should definitely be buying 3 of these things. That is Reno, because he's like the best range character. His stats are obviously a lot better. He's a rare character too. Hoshina is, I think, like 400. I think in diamonds it is. I think it is, but it's definitely worth it. He's actually insane. And also the 100 times multiplier for enhancements. Rather than clicking the button like 100 times to level up, literally 100 times, you can then increase it by 1, 10, and 100. Super, super important. You literally have to buy that to get the game mode. And the bottom one's the auto attack buff and the HP buff. We just bought it once because, like I said, 10% is better than 0%. And then also this right here. So I do believe, I haven't actually seen it yet because I haven't spammed it too much. You're able to deploy characters, and I think you can get duplicates of the main cast. You are more likely to get your basic soldiers because there is a rarity. So when you're spamming your deploys, you are going to get all your characters you have, right? At least once. But I believe if you spam it enough times, you're able to get more. I could be wrong there, but I think that's the purpose of increasing deployed units. So eventually, when you get towards the end game and you fully maxed it out, you might have like 30 Kikurus, which could be crazy. So yeah, that's kind of an overview of the shop a little bit. Like they say, what you should be buying is just like the main cast a little bit. Kind of go in order, go from left to right, left to right. Doesn't really matter too much, I think, at the end of the day. And buy the automatic actual patrols, I believe what they're calling it. I'm not too sure. And then I think once you bought the characters, then you can kind of start like, you know, messing around with the actual enhancements towards actual characters. Like the first ones are already pretty good, right? Like increase close combat units attack by 10%, and you can get that up to 100 times, like 1,000% is absolutely crazy. But if we do a quick run right now and show you what the game mode's all about, we can click deploy and talk about what you should be doing early game, right? So the first thing what you should be doing is just spamming your characters, get them all out. Doesn't really matter who you get. And then the next thing, let me just move myself actually towards the right. If you guys have made this far, there are over 70% of you guys that have simply not subscribed and you're watching this video. So if you can please hit that button, because I'm going to be making the best Kaiju number 8 content of 2025. And then what you lot want to be doing right now is going towards your missions and literally just enhancing the 3 seconds one. So basically every single time you get a actual level towards 100. So every 10 levels you get like a little bit of enhancement, right? But every 100 levels you get like a massive enhancement. I believe at level 99 you're getting like 4 or 5k every second, but then from 100 you are going to get like 23 per second or 3 seconds, right, in this actual one. And that goes for all of the actual other ones. So now that we got the actual next one, we're going to buy this one, and then we're also still once again going to be upgrading the 3-second one. We're going to get that towards 100 and then go on, right? So while we're getting our loot, let's talk about upgrades towards the characters. So if you all didn't know, because I think most of my friends didn't know when I told them, is right above a character's head is a little magnifying glass, and what you can do is click it and actually once again see their stats, see all the stuff that they do, but you can also apply some more buffs towards them. So as you can see, the most important one a little bit, as you can see, is buying the actual attack buff and also the HP buff. And the way you get this currency, you can see the 12, is by once again finishing expeditions. So when you finish an expedition, you're going to get a level up for the character, you're going to get some currency that you can actually boost the stats of the character, and also right above me right now is collect loot. So right now, when you're actually playing the game mode, you'll be able to see that you're going to get some loot. And then after you finish expedition, when you start a new one, this is what you're going to acquire. So we've gotten, what is it, 3 additional loot when returning. So that's actually pretty good, right? When you return, rather than I think losing, unless they returning counts as losing, I'm not too sure. You're going to get some more rewards too. Close combat, you can see, is now maxed out of 10. We got level 30 on that one, level 4, and you can see what we've gotten basically, and they are rare, so you can get some other good ones too, but it is completely random. So I think you get a loot every single time you go 50 kilometers. Also as well, especially early on, when you start leveling up your account and you get some better loot drops, you can actually tap the screen. And I believe when you start level 1, there's like 2 damage, but the more you play, like I said, you get like better drops for your tapping. So I didn't even level everything up, but already I do like more per tapping. So what you can do if you really like just like go a little faster. It's just constantly keep on tapping. So your characters, they don't even fight. All they do is run. And like I just say, once you get towards 200 kilometers, which is very easy because they literally don't even fight people until 200, you just retreat basically. But you go back towards our missions. We're going to lock the other ones now. They're all automatic, like I said. I believe my, I think 75 and 100 are automatic. But once again, we're going to go towards the 10 upgrade now and then do the major enhancement. Keep on clicking that. We got some more loot as well. What do we get? So increase funds while idling. Okay, now will probably be a good time to talk about that. So what you can do also in this game mode is you're going to exit out of it. And when you're not actually in the actual game mode, your actual progression is saved. You will not be able to go further than where you actually were when you left. But what you can do when you're not actually in the game mode is get a bunch of free actual currency. Now, I can't actually show it, but guys, you probably already know by now. You can get a bunch of free currency that you can spend in the game just by not playing for a certain amount of minutes, right? Or hours. So I believe the cap is actually 12 hours. You can see we got like 50% right now. So we're close towards getting towards like the max goal of getting like a lot of currency. But if I don't play and I come back within like an hour or two, when I get in, I'm still in the exact same position. Like, what was it? 65 meters. But I would get a lot of currency to where you can instantly max out your characters or even your actual missions to then get more currency. Which, like I said, is not that important for when we're grinding, but it is important when you're trying to really push far and try and go as far as possible. But most people shouldn't be doing that much unless you're coming in for the first time in the day, because like I said, it's not matter about going far, it's a matter of literally just playing as much games as possible. So we're already on 70. We're like the newer one now, and I think the next one we have at 100 kilometers is also free, and we're just gonna kind of spam past here so Hoshino doesn't have to spend time killing the characters. We'll put the 10 times multiplier on so we can go from 30 to 40. And then once you get towards the base security to level 100, you then want to move on towards the weapon maintenance and then move on towards the city patrol. And I believe at that point, if you are just retreating at 200, you are probably not going to get that far. But the actual automatic ones, the first like 5... are kind of important because they are very, very quick, right? They're going to give you a lot of resources. When should you level up characters? When do you feel like you'll actually start to lose? Like, I believe around like I believe for me, like around 200-ish is when they start to actually fight back, and you can just level up simply then, right? I mean, once again, I've leveled up quite a bit now that can just tap the boss away, which is quite funny. So you can see right now, right, like my Rin is level 10 and she's doing 49 damage compared to everyone else that is doing like 600, 1k, 2.9k, 50k. Hoshino's obviously a bit of a close range character. He's obviously going to have more damage, right? But you get my point. Like, characters' actual stats do matter. Like, I have to level her up. Now, granted, I think she does shoot a lot faster, so her actual DPS is a lot lower. Okay, we got the attack buff for all units. That's kind of nice. An extra 10% on that one. So you get loot for just going as well. But then when you finish your runs, you also get like a little loot crate that gives you even more as well, right? Okay, so we're level 60 now. We're approaching the 200 kilometers. And when we get towards 200, what you should be doing is just basically resetting and just keep going back and forth. Like, I think it might be a little bit harder for you lot early on to get towards 200, but once you play enough, you can see right now, like, all we're doing is just running. We're not fighting. But for me right now, when I start to struggle, it's from, like, I think 300? I think it's, like, from 300 to 380. It's, like, I'm actually fighting. And I remember, I think when I was doing the 300 boss, I was actually there for, like, a few minutes. Okay, so I'm not too sure when you get. I think it's, like, 225. You get the charge, which increases their movement speed. We're going to try and save for that now, because that means they move even faster, and we can rush towards the 200. Because right now, all we're doing is just running, right? Yeah, look at that. Just instantly killed the boss by tapping. Like, I think when you start, you do like 2 damage. But if you get lucky and you get the actual, like, tapping drop, it goes up by so much. Like, you can see right now, the far left, it does 12k per tap. At level 1, basically. I think once you get all your units, you could then have a chance to get the other ones. I'm not entirely too sure. We're on 70. Now we're on 80. So we're almost towards the 100. And you'll see the massive jump up, right? Like I said, you go from like what? You see every 3 seconds, we're getting 7k. And then when we go towards level 99 up to 100, it's like 24, basically. If you really want to optimize it, you can do like the individual level up. But I kind of like just auto it and just not really look properly. So I just come back every like time I can do 10 levels. But I guess if you do it individual levels, it is technically faster. Alright, so as you can see, we got all our unlocks now. I'm kind of hiding the other one, but like, I can buy the other one, but I don't think I have the automatic one, and it's like 5 minutes, so it's not that important for me right now. Alright, so if I kind of hide myself right now, you can see at 200 kilometers at the bottom right, you can see you can now retreat and prepare for the next expedition, and when you retreat, you're going to get 400 plus 7 buffs, right? So I believe if I go as far as I can, which is around towards 380, give me 600 to 700, maybe 800 a little bit, I think, because like every 200 kilometers, you're going to get 400. So like, why would I spend basically the next 20 minutes going towards 400 kilometers and to get an extra 400 currency when I can just do 200, 200, 200. That's kind of the gimmick between the retreats. So right now, yeah, literally, we just retreat. We also get 7 buffs too. So you can see right now, boom, we just, like, that took 10 minutes. When I got towards 380 kilometers, it took 33 minutes. So basically, if I was just to do 200 kilometers 3 times in a row, which would be 30 minutes, I would then get 1.2k currency. Where if I was just to do 380 kilometers in one run, I would get, what is it, 800? So that's what I mean by the gimmick of, like, if you really want to progress your account, is you want to literally just go towards 200, click retreat, and get your loot, basically. So, yeah, now that we got our currency, we got our loot, you can see our characters do get leveled up. We go from 38. You're not going to get as much XP, so obviously you are going to get a bit more if you go even further. But like I say, it's enough that we can do it, like, what, 3 times now, get a bunch of buffs. Probably a bit more important for Rin because she's a bit of a lower level, so earlier is a bit easier to level them up. So I can see, actually, I kind of made a mistake. I don't think I deployed every character, right? So we didn't get every single one. We didn't get XP for every character. So make sure before you retreat, you deploy the characters. I kind of made a mistake there. But yeah, that's the simple part of the game mode. If you're trying to progress far, we'll just literally click deploy again. So kind of doing another run right now. We've gotten towards 240 kilometers, but we haven't retreated because I've leveled up my account so much now that I can kind of just like easy spam through. You can see it does get a little bit harder to kill this actual boss here. So this is what I mean. Once you kind of waste time like killing the actual bosses rather than exploring, but because of my tab ability, I'm able to clear through really, really fast. What you can do is actually unlock the speed increase for characters and level. If it's actually buy it, well, that's not let me buy it. Alright, we got level 20. So now if we use it, we get a speed increase. So we can actually rush towards 300 kilometers even faster. And then once we get towards 300 kilometers, I'm definitely retreating because I cannot clear through, was it 380 or 300 plus, right? I might not be able to clear through 300. And you can see right now, because our character's actual individual levels is quite high, I'm sure most of you lot probably can't go this far with like level 10 to level 7s. It's because the actual base stats are quite high. So yeah, right now we're just speeding through, we just keep on tapping as well. And I think once we get to a point where like we're actually like struggling, I think it might be the 300 kilometer boss. We're definitely just gonna stop probably, right? Because like once they like them spiders are really tanky, when he starts spamming those spiders, it's just not worth. So we go towards our mission right now. We can level up this even more. We're on 80, so we ideally want to get that towards 100. But like right now, like it's starting to slow down a little bit. It's not too bad right now because we haven't stopped to shoot. Like once your ranged characters start shooting a little bit, that's when it becomes a problem because now you're slowing stuff down. Where right now for me, I'm able to get towards 300 quite fast. I think. I deployed my characters. I think I have. Yeah, we have. Okay, so I think I'm fine with these lot right now. So I think I fail here. So yeah, at this point, I'm just going to go now towards a retreat, and we're going to retreat, because yeah, there's no way I'm doing this one. And we get 600 coins, we get 8 actual loots now. And it took 50 minutes, so it's like 10 for 300. Yeah, so it's like 5 minutes per 100 kilometers. So like I said, once you start slowing down like right there, won't doing it, we just instantly leave, right? And we can see we got like 50 points for all our characters. I think when we stopped at 200, we got like 30. So it's, I don't think it really matters where you end. Just go to where you actually starting to lose. And then, yeah, now if we go back and deploy again, we can see we got some new loot. What do we get? So we got these loot, right? So that's what you get at the end of the game when you get like the little chest of 8 actual buffs. That's what we have. And you can see we maxed out one here, actually. What's this? Add 3% of all units attack. Okay, that's actually pretty sick, actually. So then that was like the big buff why I do so much damage now. Because now when we tap, we do like a lot more damage. Because it's based on the actual attack of all my characters, which is quite sick. And yeah, look, once again, we kind of go in and we just repeat and we keep on doing that. So you either stop at 200 or you stop at 300. So for me, I'm probably just gonna keep on stopping at 295. So yeah, guys, that's gonna kind of wrap up today's video. But I didn't already talk about what you should be leveling up on the actual individual characters, because you do get some actual passive buffs, which is can help by quite a lot. It's pretty simple. You just go towards the attack HP buff, and you gotta go down towards the actual attack speed. Not everyone has this, but the attack speed, the movement speed, especially early on, like when we're doing that strategy of actually going towards 200 kilometers as fast as possible, that does help. And then the tap attack multiplier, I've been doing a little bit because that does mean we can tap the screen, do more damage. And also the reduced cost, right? That's the next one that I've been doing, the cost down, because that means when we level the character, it's 2%, but can go up towards, I assume 50% cost reduction, which is quite crazy. There's also this one, the good shape rate boost, which I'm not entirely too sure what that is. I saw in the passive. I assume if you like spawn a character in, it has like a high chance of like leveling it up or something like that. I'm not entirely sure. You might have to let me know, but that is kind of like the beginner's guide towards that actual expedition and what it's all about and what you should be doing to grind early on. It's just keep going towards 200, 300. If you're very early on, maybe 100. At that point, probably just play until you fail. But yeah, that's all we've been doing. We now have, what is it? My actual screen's kind of bugged. I don't know why all the gold's there. But we have 2.5k. So I'm getting like 600, 700 per run now. I'm literally just going to keep on forfeiting. I'm just going to keep on retreating until I get in the roomie. Once we get in the roomie, we're going to do the same thing again until we then get, obviously, Kaiju 8. And then we, at that point, start playing more. Still might retreat, but I might go as far as I can at that point because it might be quite fun to have all the characters. But the most important thing is level them up. I do wonder to level cap. It might be 100, but there might also not be a level cap. Who knows? But yeah, guys, thank you for watching. I hope it did help out. If you have any other tips and tricks that you lot be doing, because I know some people have progressed further than me, then do let me know in the comments. And if you have any questions, I'll try and answer as well. So yeah, guys, thank you for watching, and yeah.